Hey, this is DifferenceInSkill, bringing you Haruhi deck profile for Weiss Schwarz. This is a red and blue build. So let's start off with the climax lineup is 4 gates, and 4 books. Both of these have climax combos that will be mentioned later. And for the level 0 lineup, we have three of the 0-0 Haruhi support. It gives 500 to all characters in front, and when you trigger a gate, you can pay that gate out in order to target one of your opponent's characters and send it to the waiting room. So it's pretty good for paying out your climax in the middle of a battle phase. Next, we have 4 of the 0-0 alien support, double R. If you have 3 more, do post in the comment section below, because the owner of this deck actually does want to buy them. And the effect is all of your other aliens gain 500, and it has a startup ability. You can rest this card, pay 2 to search for any alien trait in your deck. So this is really good for if you got a climax card stuck in your stock early game, or you can just use the effect to +1 on hand. And next we got 1 copy of Kill's Sister. This is 0-0 Brainstorm. Pay 1, mill 4 for each climax mill. You can target 1 Killon character on your stage, and it gains 1 soul. And the thing about this card is that the card itself has Killon in its name, so it's a target for its own effect. So you can other than as a brainstorm, you can use it to side your opponent for precision damage. But most of the time, it's just used as a brainstorm to pay out the climaxes you get in your stock early game. Next up, we have 2 copies of the Nagato support. It gives 500 on your opponent's turn. It gives 500 to every other alien trait on your field, and by itself, it's a 2.5 attacker. Next, we got 3 0-0 Haruhi suicides. Basically, it reverses any level 0 that it gets reversed with, and when the card itself gets reversed, you can target one of your SOS Brigade trait characters, and they gain 1,500. Next up, we have 4 Yuki Nagato. It's a 1.5 on your turn, but it gains 2k on your opponent's turn, so it's a semi-wall. The thing about it is that it has Stitch Encore, so this is pretty good in case your hand doesn't have any level 0s, or if you just simply want to keep it on the field during early games. And we have 2 of the 1-0 assist counter. So you choose a character that's being front attacked, and it gets 1k by discarding this from your hand. And the other effect is when you use this card's assist ability, if you have 2 or more aliens on your stage, you can choose one of your characters and it gains 1k. So you can potentially split the counter, or you can apply them both on 1 character for a total of a 2k counter. Next up, we have 2 1-1 Vanillas Yuki Nagato. It's good for paying out stock at level 1. So we have 4 1-0 5.5k. It's alien trait, as was this card, which is important because most of the supports in this deck support alien. Next up, we have 3 of the 1-0 4.5k Swimsuit Nagato and Haruhi. When this card is played, you can target one of your characters, and it gains the following effect. And this card is put into the waiting room from the stage you can put it back where it was in rest position. So it gives you technically a free encore. And this is good in case you're afraid of your opponent's counters, or maybe you just want to ram one of your characters in for an extra soul for no cost. So for the events, we have 1/1, a 1/1 heal counter, heal event. When you can only play this card when you have a alien trait on the field, and the effect is you can put the top card of your clock into the waiting room, and you can also draw one and pitch one. So this card is good for random healing, and if you want to pitch a climax card in your hand before you refresh. Also, I should also point out that it sends itself to memory. Next we have a 2/1 event counter. You can also use it on your turn because it's an event. So you target one character, and it gains 2k. And it also gains the following effect: when it reverses something, you can bottom deck that character. So it's good for anti-encore, or if you simply want to run over something. Next up we have 2/0, another event counter. So when you use this, your opponent sends climax in their climax slot to the waiting room. So this card is really good for if you want to prevent your opponent from using their climax combo, or if they had a continuous effect for, like, say 1k plus 1 to all characters, you can negate that effect and your opponent loses the power and soul for their turn. Next up we have two of the 2/1 Nagato level support. It gives global level times 500 power to all your characters on your opponent's turn. And the second effect is when you trigger the gate, the book, which is this card, you can draw one and pitch one. This is good for ensuring your character's survivability on your opponent's turn. So we have another brainstorm. This is 2/1 AK. The effect is pay 1, mill 4. For each climax milled, choose one of your characters and it gains 2k. Aliens, and it gains 2k. So we have 3/2 Nagato that we run one of. It has 2 on-play effects. One, when you play it, you can pay 1 to give it the following effect. When it reverses a character this turn, you can heal one, and the second effect is when you play it, you can put all your opponent's characters into memory and then place them back onto the stage in any order you desire. So it basically rearranges the order of your opponent's field, which is pretty good. And the pay 1 heal is pretty good as well. Next up we have 3 Summer Festival Yukis. So when you have 4 or more alien trait on your stage, this card loses 1 level in your hand, so you can play it at level 2. And it has a climax combo with the book here, shown here, where it gains, where he gains the following effect. When you attack, heal 1, and it gains 3k for the turn. And lastly, we have 4 of the 3/2 Haruhi. It's a heal on play. And it has a climax combo with the gate show here, where you can inflict 1 damage to your opponent that can be cancelled when the card attacks before you trigger anything. So this is a really, really good climax combo, because what your opponent does with the damage is a win-win situation. If they cancel the 1 damage, that's 1 climax card that they could have canceled with, and for your normal attack. And if they don't cancel it, that's just one solid concrete damage that you've dealt to your opponent. That's all, folks.